Cooperative Education Network, excuse me, and I have the honor and privilege of introducing this year's student recipient of the highest honor given nationally for distinguished excellence within a cooperative education experience. So introducing the Cooperative Education Student Achievement Award winner is always a highlight for me at our Cooperative Education Internship Association National Conference. It's also one that makes me extremely proud and a little nervous. If you think about it, this is very akin, especially in my experiential educator book, to giving out an Oscar or a Grammy. This is the highest honor that a student can get for excelling in a cooperative education program, and to me that's an extremely big deal. So the competition for the Cooperative Education Student Achievement Award was extremely strong. It's never an easy task to choose the winner, and this year was no different. However, the University of Wisconsin Stouts, Ryan Knutson, his nomination package, really detailing his experience as a packaging engineer at Johnsonville, just stood out above the others. Ryan is joined here today by his support system that really helped him provide a foundation for earning this award, and he talked about him a great deal through his nomination package, and I'd like to recognize them. So Ryan's mother, Emily, and his sister, Bethany, joined him here today, as well as the University of Wisconsin Stouts Career Services Office, so their director, and then, so their director, Brian, and then I think the superhero here is their cooperative education counselor, Bethany. She supports 1,000 co-op students each year. And so Bethany was the one that immediately recognized that Ryan should be the nominee from their school for this award. And then we also have our staff at Johnsonville that really took the time to mentor their co-op students, and they have a very long history of mentoring students from a number of our campuses across the country. So thank you guys for joining us tonight to support Ryan. So each Co-op Student of the Year nominee packet includes a letter of endorsement from their site supervisor, and Ryan's supervisor, Jason Foss, he wrote a very compelling letter. So the first sentence of his letter says, "This is one of the best," and then he has the scratch out font, and he says, "No, the best co-op student we have ever had at Johnsonville." And he says, "During Ryan's time with us, I had the pleasure of being his coach and mentor, watching him make positive impacts across our entire company while simultaneously growing and developing into an outstanding packaging professional. Ryan is the real deal. We would welcome him to work for Johnsonville after he graduates at the drop of a hat. However, he has told me that if we were to relocate our entire factory to the Twin Cities, he would accept the job offer." Since we couldn't do that, I know that some company in the Twin Cities area is going to be very lucky to have Ryan working with them. He's going to take their company to new heights. Also, each Co-op Student of the Year award crafts and submits a personal statement sharing their career and professional development as a direct result of this experience. So as co-op professionals who are reading this, Ryan really melted all of our hearts because he talked about how his transferable skills grew as a result of it, right? I see a bunch of you in the audience. And so if you'll indulge me, Ryan says, "Before my cooperative education journey started, I met a friend for dinner. We caught up by discussing the usual things like sports and work, and I mentioned that I was starting a co-op experience at Johnsonville. As I expressed my apprehension about starting a new experience and moving across the state, he tried to comfort me. 'Look, you're just an intern. It's not like you'll be responsible for that much.'" Ryan says within the first week of his co-op experience, he knew that his friend was completely off the mark. At the end of his experience, he was able to really clarify what he wanted to do with his career goals. He says, "Throughout my packaging experience at Johnsonville, I was exposed to so many different parts of the business and had the opportunity to learn magnitude of information about the packaging industry, Johnsonville as a company, and how the two intersect. My UW Stout experience provided me with a great foundation that I could build on throughout my time at Johnsonville. This co-op allowed me to continue my development from the classes I've taken, not only building my packaging education, but also on the objectives of other courses that I had been forced to take on campus, such as oral and written communication." Was it just me or did that such as oral and written communication. Can you guys still hear me? Yeah. Okay. Teamwork and interdisciplinary thought processes. You know, those courses we have to take. So most importantly, as a result of my experience at Johnsonville, I now have a very clear idea of what type of packaging career would suit me. Before my co-op, I used to see myself in a development role and had visions of designing packaging all day. But after completing this co-op, I realized a career in an R&D packaging setting would open up possibilities to work on a wide array of projects, collaborate with multiple departments, spark innovation, and allow flexibility. After completing this co-op, I know that I'm ready to hit the ground running. I have all the skills needed to succeed in my first professional packaging position. So without much further ado, I would like to invite Ryan Knudsen to the stage.
Thank you, Tracy. This is humbling, very humbling. And as she mentioned, this is the Grammys of the co-op world, so if it goes a little bit long, there's an orchestra in the back that cuts me off. I would first like to thank the CEIA for everything that you do for students like me, for universities, for employers, nationally, internationally. It is incredible. And so thank you for that. Thank you also to the donors that help fund myself and the other award winners here today, and to all of you. I saw many of your resumes, read your bios. It is crazy to put myself in the classes of some of these applications. It is very, like I said, very humbling. And to the University of Wisconsin Stout, to many of you, you've probably never heard of us. We are relatively small, but it is a powerhouse, and the co-op program coincides very well with that. So Bethany, thank you. Thank you for the application. Thank you for helping in this process. Brian, thank you for all that you do for the university. Like I mentioned, it is very well known, and employers like Johnsonville have a strong partnership. So to Johnsonville, to my co-op employer, thank you. We were discussing at the table. So I was a non-traditional student, went back to school, and I remember thinking, if this co-op doesn't work out, this is really going to show, do I really want to be in this industry? If I had a bad experience, it would have been easy to say, Ryan, go back to what you were doing, throw in the hats, this isn't for you. And at Johnsonville, with my coach Jason Foss, ones like Doug Church, who is here with us today, and the rest of the packaging team and the rest of the company. Most of you have probably heard of Johnsonville. You've probably ate them on the 4th of July. a very strong company, and I got to do and see and be a part of so much. And as Tracy mentioned, part of my career path was to get into an R&D role. And since submitting this application, I have accepted a full-time position at General Mills in Minneapolis. And as you can imagine, throughout the hectic interview process, there were 3 things that really stood out. One of them, and this I used it to my advantage, that this award was mentioned over and over again. And they were so impressed with that. The second one was Stout. They know they have a strong relationship with the University of Wisconsin Stout, and that was my second winning point. And my third winning point was Johnsonville. And they said in the interview, the direct quote was, "Wow, you did a lot in 7 months." And I said, "I know." and that I know is the reasons that, because having limited professional experience in a co-op, a strong co-op like that, that is your professional experience. And so to my family, my mom and sister, as Tracy mentioned, are with us today. Thank you for your love and support all over through the years, getting to me where I am today. So thank you to all of you, thank you to the other winners. So thank you.